Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you are. My name is Leticia. Welcome to the channel. Wow, I'm excited. Well, it's the last video of the makeup shorties and we have a full face of makeup, but eyebrows, lips, and now some finishing touches. Kind of sad, but kind of happy because, you know, everything has to end. And if you wanna see how we apply this full face of makeup that is trying to look good, realistic, in the mirror, in natural daylight, in person, and not just for camera and film, keep watching. As I said, this makeup is trying to look very natural and good in person. So it's not a makeup that is gonna look super snatched and super corrected and blank face. No, we're going for what is natural for a beginner, for people that have like fear or don't know how to deal with makeup, or maybe people that are going to just pick and choose one or two steps of makeup and not going to do the full beat. That's fine too. That's perfect. Go do you, whatever you feel comfortable. But in this episode, we already have skin prep, primer, foundation, concealer, bronzer, contour, blush, highlighter, eyeshadows, eyebrow, and mascara on. Whatever you still have to do. Yes, eyebrows, lips, and just, you know, finishing touches. You might be happy only doing lips or eyebrows. That might be enough for you for the whole day, and that's great. Whatever you feel confident on. Let's start. Eyebrows are like something that really do make a lot of difference. In my case, I'm kind of lucky. I have pretty like good eyebrows. They are very dark, very contrasty, and very well defined. I don't have to pluck them very often, but that's a good thing to do before you start your makeup. Look at the mirror and see if you have, you know, to give it a clean, just clean and good, I guess. And even though it doesn't sound like it, or you might not think so, there are a lot of products you can use in eyebrows. Yes, you can do laminated eyebrows, you can do full, fluffy, you can do thin, you can do whatever. My recommendation for beginners and, you know, whoever is watching me and you wanna adventure, maybe try different things, is to keep them as natural as you can, because, well, that's gonna look more natural, obviously. But if you obey the shape that is already there and don't change the coloring much and go with the flow, let's say like that, it's gonna look more natural and will also be less prone to shock and error, because changing a lot of the shape and the color of your eyebrows can drastically change your look, like very drastically, more than like most things you can do to your face. So one of the first things that people do is you usually go with the pencil, and usually a very thin pencil, and try to draw the individual hairs. This is an e.l.f. one, it's the only one I have. Usually it's gonna be a colder color, like a more like a shadowy color to look more natural. I don't really do that usually, but you can and still look natural. You just have to be really cautious about the intensity. So you see, like I'm being so delicate, you can't even tell, because if you make brushes and strokes that are too demarcated, like they're too drawn, like you can see they're very clear, it's gonna look more like you have makeup on. Also, you can do the same thing with other products that look like an eyeliner pen, but they are for your eyebrows. They usually have much less pigmentation. So what I do recommend though is that you just use this if you have pieces missing from your eyebrows. For example, sometimes I do have like some pieces here that are missing, and I just give it a little bit of, you know, shape here. Yeah, see here, sometimes a little bit of hair missing here in the end. I'd never go too insane with this because it can look very made up very fast, but it's like very light and very easy to erase too. So you can always grab a spoolie and blend it and basically erase it from your skin. A lot of people use pomades and thicker brushes and thicker pencils. Like this is extremely thin. You could use something that is like 4 times the size, almost to like color your whole eyebrows. I think that those products are a little harder to control and harder to use as a beginner, or if you know, is just dipping your toes into this. This is a little bit thicker, but it's still very controllable. I like this just to almost make like a backdrop shadow and make it look like it's fuller. But again, if you go very hard in the application, it will look like you have a blocked eyebrow. That's not very natural. So basically, the thinner products, the thinner pencils, they will give you more natural applications. This product, something like this product also allows you, is that it has like a powder. This powder is kind of like going to cover and make your eyebrows a little more fluffy and, you know, change a little bit of texture. That could be a look. And having a good spoolie is your best friend right now, because you can just brush it Look at the mirror and see, is it enough? Do I look good? And if you need to blend something or almost erase something, you just keep going and you got it. So I didn't really change the shape of my eyebrows, so let's talk about that. I said that it's better to, you know, go with the flow. Right now, well, I think God gave me, I don't know, nature gave me. I have pretty straight brows and they're curved down here, which adds to the droopiness. They don't have like a big arc, but I like it. I think it flatters me. Some people have very straight eyebrows, some people have very curved eyebrows, and some people don't have a lot of eyebrows. In this case, I would also stay with it. You can feel it a little bit, but don't feel it too much, because that will look like a very drastic difference. Like, people that know you will be like 100% sure that you have makeup, because, you know, they remember that you don't have like black block eyebrows. Or even people on the street might be able to see like, oh, there's like 3 actually hairs there, and the rest is just, you know, pencil contour. It will tell, it will show. So if you want it natural, try to just maybe create a very delicate shadow, or draw very thin individual hairs, not many, and go with something like this, elf gel for eyebrow. Oh, like the elf gel for eyebrow, because this is going to make your eyebrows a little thicker, not your eyebrows, but your eyebrows hairs a little bit thicker, and it will enhance the whole appearance. So the thing is, this will actually make it a little fuller without distinguishingly adding things to your eyebrows, so people can't really tell. Some of gels like this, they, like the Essence one, will have fibers, and that will make it even better, like finishing on your eyebrows, because it will add fibers and it won't be very clear that you added them. Also, something to consider when thinking about eyebrows is the hold of the product. Yes, some people, like I said, want the eyebrows to stay in place. It's usually like kind of up. For that, you need high hold products. Sometimes there will be things like soaps, like this one, that you actually need a spoolie to apply, like this. So you pick a little bit of product, take out the excess, and you push it to apply. But that will make it stay. Some people even use soaps for that kind of thing. I don't know how natural that is. I think that you have to be really careful if you want to look natural and you do very like laminated eyebrows, like everything up and stays there and it's just like glued in. It might tell, but it's up to you. You know, if you like it, you like it. For me, I don't have a lot of problematic areas in my eyebrows. This is already much more than I do in a daily basis. The less you do, remember, less is more. The better it will look in the end, and the more natural it will look in the end. So right now, if you look at me, you can't really tell if I did something to my eyebrows, but they look good. If you want to go for a really natural look, you can still use the gel like I showed you, the e.l.f. one, but without color. So in that case, instead of coloring or helping to make it look thicker, it would just like kind of hold it in place. Some gels have very low hold, some very high hold, depends on the look you're going for. Be careful. If you have black eyebrow hairs like I do, don't apply black products on your eyebrows unless you also very dark skinned, because if you do that, it will make it look blocky, right? Go for something that is a little lighter, like a neutral brown, a taupey brown. That will make it look more like a shadow and more believable and also blocky. If you think it's looking too blocky, go with a spoolie and keep blending. That will erase a little bit of the product, but it will make it look a little more natural if that's what you want. There you go. I need to breathe for this. We are finally on the lips. My dry lips from talking. No, seriously, there are so many finishing colors and types of lip products that I can't possibly show all of them to you. What I'm gonna say though, if you want natural look, stay more in the realms of balm, glossy. It will show up that you have something, of course it will, because you know, it's not the normal texture you have on your lips, but it will make it look more like healthy and young and a little close to natural look. If you go matte or if you go high pigmentation, of course it's gonna look more made up, which is also awesome look, but not natural. To ensure that you do have a good lip product application, do some lip care. So you can go for, like, this is just one that I have here on my table, like on my desk all the time. Go for something moisturizing or exfoliate once a week or so. No, my lips are a little dry from speaking a lot, even though I'm keeping myself hydrated. A very good option if you don't want to go with more is just getting a balm, like a moisturizing balm that has a little bit of color, so it won't show up very much like, oh, she applied something, but it will give it like a healthy reddish look. See, it's not like, oh, she has lipstick on. No, you can't really tell, but kissable lips. Well, they're healthy now. And my tip is start like when you do your skin prep, which I'm always do, and you should too, even if you're just applying a lipstick or a lip balm, do a little skin prep on your lips too. So you don't have to exfoliate every day. Actually, I don't recommend that. Exfoliate only when you think like you need it, like if you have peely skin. But moisturize you should many times a day, as much as you can, because it's gonna make you look healthier, you know, and then the makeup application is gonna look better. If you're going for a natural look, I don't recommend you know, applying concealer or foundation on top of your lips, because that will erase your lips and that will make it harder for you to make it look natural after, because you have to color again your lips. I don't recommend you overlining or even lining your lips per se, but if you want to do that, you can. It will probably just not look as natural, but you can always line your lips and then blend it with your fingers or with some lip brush. Every makeup kit has something like this, and you can just blend the edges like this, so, or with your finger, so it doesn't look clear that you have liner. But overlining is a pretty easy tell if you are in person. Maybe sometimes in the pictures and, you know, filming you can tell, but in person it's really clear, because in person you can see the volume better and the shape better, like the 3D volume of your mouth, and then it's very easy to tell like, yeah, that line shouldn't be there. So, you know, proceed carefully. One of the things I like doing in the beginning is applying a gloss that is also moisturizing and it's also a little plumping. Usually I apply this one, but the one without color, right in the beginning of my makeup, so it starts acting and, you know, making it juicy and plumping and nice. So when I get to my lips, they are all really nice and juicy. But this could be all you need too. Like you don't have to go further than that. You can stop here. And there are 300,000 types of products. I don't have all the products you can apply on your lips, all types of products you can apply on your lips, but I have lots of them. I'm just gonna talk about some of them. So first is the balm with a little bit of color or without. It's very natural. I would recommend a little bit of color just so we can make it look more healthy and nice. You also have lip tints. So they can be really stainy. Like they lip stains do stain a lot, so be careful, and also choose carefully your color, because it could look like you have blood on your lips. That's what happened to me when I chose that. It's kind of orangey too, so it looks terrible on me. I'm not gonna apply, but it could be really cute. Like the Benetint one, it looks really cute. It can stain, but it's easy to manage and avoid that. L'Oreal also has this Color Rich Shine, which is a balm with color. It's very natural. It's really pretty. I love it. I use it like a lot. It just gives it a little bit of shine and moisture, and you know, you can carry it in your purse and just like reapply and have like nice, natural and juicy lips throughout the day. It's summer, but even when it's not, doesn't matter. Glosses are always great and always look like juicy and also like young, youthful, and it is a fresh look. So if you're going for a natural look, it's a little closer to the realm of the natural look. This is like favorite gloss ever, is the Lifter Gloss from Maybelline. You can also go for natural lipstick. So this is the Revlon Super Luscious lipstick. Getting a color that matches nicely the shades of your lips will ensure that it looks more natural. So in this case, I have Rose Velvet, which is very good color match to my own lips. You can see it didn't change much. And it's also very moisturizing, so it's a really nice natural makeup. And you can always, you know, apply more coats and build up the pigment so it will look less natural, but if you want more color, you can do that too. And then we start going in the realm of the less natural ones. You can always tone down a lipstick. So for example, I have the MAC one, Stay Curious, the color Stay Curious. This is the powder formula. You can always apply a little bit and tap it. So you apply a little bit in the center of your mouth and tap it and blend it. You can do that with normal lipsticks, with the conventional formula. You can do it with high stain, transfer proof lipsticks. You can do this with pencil lipsticks, and even with this mud I showed you guys like in the Korean beauty video. This is lip and cheek stain, but it's a mousse formula. This is also a mousse formula. They are really good for you to apply a little bit in the center and then blend it. You can blend with your fingers or again with a lipstick brush. If you're going in with a matte lipstick, it's not gonna look as natural, period. And be sure you have a very good moisturized lips. See how you can see like the texture is not really that natural? So something you can do to balance that, like if you want to apply this lipstick because you want a lasting color, or if you know you just like the color or whatever reason it is, you can apply a balm over it even without color, or a gloss on top of it. It will balance it out and make it more wearable, more natural looking, like this. But you know, it added pigment, so the finishing looks more natural, but now you can clearly see that I have lipstick on. If you wanna just, you know, give it a little bit of help to your lips and not really look like it, you can just do the lipstick trick. Tap a little bit on the center and blend it. This way you bring a little bit of color, but you still see the natural texture of your lips. So it's kind of like, maybe she has something, but it's just like this color is a little bit different from my real lips color. If it was closer, you would see even less of the difference, and you'd be like, I can tell if she has anything on her mouth, you know, her lips or not. And then if you want to make it more natural, a little bit of balm already brings everything together. Natural enough. The lipstick application with a brush will ensure more precision, which won't be very natural. So that's why I'm not demonstrating for you guys today, because if you want natural, this is not the way to go. Try to blend it, tapping, blending, maybe blending with the brush, but not like going snatched, like, oh, that line. Because if you do that, it's gonna look very unnatural. Most people don't have such defined lines. So if you do that, it won't look realistic. It will look made up. And believe it or not, we are at the end of our journey. And now is the time for the finishing touches. We went all this way. You can powder more now if you feel like you need it, or you can go straight to the setting spray. I usually don't powder a lot, and because we spent hours here talking, you know, recording is a lot of work, I don't really need it. My oil's already like blended with my face, everything's looking nice, but I will show you guys anyways. You have some setting sprays that will enhance the life of your makeup, so they're gonna make it last longer. You have setting sprays, they're going to make it shinier, it's gonna like blend all together and also make it look shine. And you have setting sprays that will mattify. I don't have any because I don't need it, because I don't like the finish, but there are lots of them that will do that. And then it's up to you to see what's the finish that you have in your makeup, what is the finish that you want, how long do you want it to last, what are your necessities. Remember the first point that we talked about? Analyze yourself, look at yourself in the mirror, look at the makeup you have, what are your personal characteristics and what do you want to accomplish. Second, less is more, always. So if you don't need spray, don't apply it. It's also good to refresh your makeup through the day. So if your makeup is looking a little dry, something like this is gonna be awesome to bring a little life back to it. You can even just apply thermal water. It's also great. Before you do that though, make sure you don't have any harsh lines. You have nothing that you wanna correct. Me, myself, I like to bring back my beauty mark, my natural beauty mark. So I do that with any type of pencil. There you go. And you might, you know, wanna powder a little bit, maybe you want a little more blush, because sometimes during the process of applying makeup, some of your makeup might be vanishing, might be being eaten by your own face. So just, you know, look yourself at the mirror again, analyze what you have and what you want to be the end product and make the adjustments. Blending is very important to make sure it looks realistic. Make sure there are no harsh lines. It's gonna be a huge tell. Weird textures on your skin will also make it tell. If you have a stripe of highlighter here, again, another tell. So blend it or try to tone it down if you feel like it. And again, you don't need a full face of makeup. You don't need any makeup. But if you want to, you know, look at all the videos, play with makeup. Don't need to do all the steps at once. You might just do, today I do lips, let me try concealer the other day, and have fun and experiment. So now we're going for setting spray because it's one of my favorite steps. It's a really thin mist. I really like the refreshing aspect of it. Make sure you don't have allergies of scents and things like that, because most setting sprays, they do have scents and sometimes oil. So make sure you don't have allergy to any of those before you just apply it to your whole face like this. I already know this product. Make sure you tested them before. That actually goes for any of the products, mostly the ones that you're applying close to your eyes. And this is the final face of makeup. What do you think? Doesn't it look natural enough? I mean, in the camera, it does for sure, but I can tell you now, like looking at it, sitting in front of a window, looking at a mirror, it looks very natural. I do have more blush than I would if I wanted to be super extra natural, but that's because I wanted to show on camera, otherwise it won't show that I applied anything. But even then, it does look pretty natural. It's pretty good. And you know what? You have to experiment at home. What is your comfort zone? Sometimes we're like very like, I want it to look natural, but it's really hard to tell in different lights, in different days, in different times of year, different temperatures. It will vary. It's up to you to see what you feel comfortable with. For me, this is extremely natural. I feel great, but I feel like I'm just enhancing what I already have and not like altering my skin, my shape, anything. I just feel good on my own skin, and that is the goal in the end of the day, hopefully. And hopefully you feel like that too. Oh yeah, this is the final look. Conclusions: access your own skin. What do you need? What do you want? Second, less is more. Those are very simple. 2 rules. That's it. Go slow. Apply slowly. Taking out, taking off is very hard. Applying more is always possible. Okay? That's it for today. So tired. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, liking, watching, all that jazz. And most importantly, I hope you have an awesome day and see you in the next one. Bye!